Yo, what is up guys? Delboy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing well. So, Riel Casimero shocks Zolani Tete to become the new WBO bantamweight champion. He stopped Zolani Tete in the third round. Certainly a bit of an upset. Obviously going into this fight, Zolani Tete was a big favourite, but going into it, I mentioned it on stream, I was obviously picking Tete. I wasn't picking Casimero to win, but I did say Casimero is Zolani Tete's best opponent for quite some time. And, that was something to consider. And, that proved to be the case. Casimero just had a bit too much for Zolani Tete, and obviously he knocked him out in the third round. The fight was pretty interesting while it lasted. First round was the typical feeling out process. Both guys were trying to utilise their jab and find their range. They was feeling each other out. The first round was very close. Both guys landed a couple of good body shots. You could have really scored the first round either way. I scored it to Casimero. I felt his work was slightly better, but you could score it to Zolani Tete also. Second round, I felt Zolani Tete did a better job of getting behind his jab and utilising his superior reach. And round two, I felt, Zolani Tete kind of found his rhythm and he was boxing fairly well. But round three was where the fight ended. Now the third round began as the others did, both guys looking for their openings, not giving too much away, but Casimero found his opening in the third round. Zolani Tete kind of gave his back up, and, from behind, Casimero caught him with a short right hook, which dropped Zolani Tete, and, that shot really hurt Tete. He never recovered from it. He beat the count, but you could tell the guy was on unsteady feet. I mean, if a referee waved it off then, I wouldn't have complained, because the guy had no legs at all. But he did beat the count, and the referee allowed it to continue. And obviously after that, Casimero smelt blood. He jumped right on Tete, landed a barrage of punches. Tete doing his best to protect himself, but he was, a knockout waiting to happen basically. And Casimero dropped Zolani Tete again. Zolani Tete dropped face first into the canvas after the barrage of punches from Casimero. I think Casimero caught him with a short right hand in that barrage of punches, which was the punch that dropped him. But again, Tete beats the count, once again on unsteady feet, and obviously Casimero jumps on him again and gets the stoppage victory. He caught him in the corner and landed a couple of good shots, and the referee waved it off rightly. In fact, like I said earlier, the referee really could have stopped this fight after the first knockdown, because Tete was in no fit state to continue, in my opinion. But a really good win for Riel Casimero. The guy has been a good fighter in recent years, a former world champion of course. Well, he's a former 2-division world champion, and now he becomes a 3-weight world champion by winning the WBO bantamweight title, and he's certainly a good addition to the bantamweight division. He's aggressive, he can punch, he's fun to watch, and he's a good boxer. He's a really, really skilled fighter, and he'll give guys problems at bantamweight. There are certainly some really good fights in the bantamweight division for him. Naoya Inoue in a unification fight. He could also unify against Nordimu Bali. That would be a great fight stylistically to watch. So he's got fights in the division. There are names for him to fight. And he's a good addition. He's a good fighter. And I certainly look forward to his next few fights. As for Zolani Tete, where does his future lie? Well, first and foremost, I would suggest a move up in weight. Zolani Tete, 5'9", bantamweight, can't be easy to make. Maybe Tete needs to go back to the drawing board, move up in weight, and go again. He's certainly got talent and ability, but, he was blown out against Casimero, so a few improvements are certainly needed. And, we'll see where he goes. And to be honest, this was why I was picking Donaire to beat Tete in the World Boxing Super Series when that fight was scheduled. I just never really seen Tete in there with anybody of that calibre, and I wasn't convinced he could stay away from Donaire's power for 12 rounds. So this win for Casimero it is an upset and it is kind of a shock, but at the same time I'm not totally surprised, if that makes sense. I know it probably doesn't, but I know what I mean. But yeah, good win for Casimero, and actually a really good card as well from Frank Warren, so credit to him for putting this card on. Anyway, share your thoughts below. Peace.